Welcome to Moxie Bets presented by Caesar Sportsbook. I'm Katie Mox. We're here at the Caesar Sportsbook booth on Radio Row, and I'm with the real men of DGens. Got Sean Green here and Ryan Kramer. Boys, how are you doing?
Doing great. Eagles in the Super Bowl. Can't complain.
Well, yeah, you're probably the only one that can't complain. I got a few complaints here. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Happy to be here. Again, like you, Giants not participating this year, but it means we can have fun, right? Party all week. Don't have to worry about the game.
That's true. Don't have to worry about the game. Although I am just...
It is a real burden, I got to be honest. All the stress of your team being in the Super Bowl.
What would you say is your biggest worry about the game? Obviously, I know you're very confident. Birds are going to win, per you, not me. But what would you say is your biggest worry? Like, what are you the...
I would say freak turnovers, because you look at the only game that Jalen Hurts lost as a starter. Quez Watkins fumbled. A.J. Brown fumbled. They turned it over 4 times. Like random receivers fumbling is a big concern because it is kind of random and it can really kill you. So that's my biggest concern.
I feel like the Eagles generate turnovers pretty well, though, but you're up against someone like Patrick Mahomes, so it's...
Well, Patrick Mahomes, 2 Super Bowls, 4 interceptions, averaging 2 per game.
Okay. What would you be concerned about if you were an Eagles fan?
I would be concerned that Jalen Hurts has not been
100%.
asked to answer any questions. Throw the ball down the field. If he has to, if he comes a shootout, they don't have the running game. That would be it, purely. I think, unfortunately, he hasn't been asked these questions yet this year. Your 49ers couldn't ask him these questions. My Giants couldn't ask him these questions.
Yeah, our road to the Super Bowl went through your guys' teams.
I'm aware of this. And
well,
unfortunately...
Okay, let's not loop us together.
What do you mean?
One of us didn't have a quarterback.
Oh, are you talking about Daniel Jones?
Yeah, no. Oh. Okay, but let's talk NFL honors last night. Some good wins. Brian Dable won Coach of the Year. I know that some 49er fans are a little bit salty about that, but I do feel like the right coach won. Yes. And I cashed on Nick Bosa, Defensive Player of the Year. I got it when Micah Parsons was still the favorite, so I think I got him at plus 120. Any wins for you guys on those? Any disappointments?
Well, I mean, I'm sure Sean has some disappointments. The Eagles went home empty-handed from the award show.
Well, I mean, Nick Sirianni was 7-0 against other Coach of the Year finalists, which to me, that's what a Coach of the Year does. A Coach of the Year doesn't come third place in their own division. But yeah, I did give out Patrick Mahomes to win Super Bowl MVP at 9-1 preseason. And if you know the Super Bowl MVP curse, aka if you win the regular season MVP, which has happened 9 times, or the last 9 times, and then play in the Super Bowl, you end up losing. Last person to do it was Kurt Warner, 1999. So we're looking to keep that streak alive here on Sunday.
Okay. What about you? Any snubs?
No, I mean, I think Geno Smith. How do we give? Everyone got snubbed there. Whether you're a Christian McCaffrey you're a Saquon Barkley guy.
Christian McCaffrey was my
Brandon Graham. I mean, I dare say an Eagles name, but just how about it's someone who actually was injured last year? How about we give the award to someone who was hurt? Not playing because he wasn't good at football.
And I think Geno Smith might be able to win the award next year because he finished the season pretty bad. Like he might win comeback player of the year back to back.
Is there a campaign against Christian McCaffrey because he wasn't nominated to the Pro Bowl originally? He got in on a technicality of somebody else not going. He doesn't get comeback player of the year. Yeah, right? There's some kind of a campaign against him. Why do you think
he left the Panthers, they got better. He's very good looking, so people resent him for that.
Yep.
And
he's got a beautiful girlfriend.
Yeah, it's too easy in San Francisco.
It's too easy in San Francisco. Okay. Here's the thing, guys. You are the biggest Giants fan that I know, and you're the biggest Birds fan that I know. So I have put together some trivia questions. And don't worry, they're not going to be like the ones y'all asked me yesterday. This is a PC show. Okay, I'm not going to say what we talked about on their show yesterday. So they're mostly Super Bowl questions, although obviously there's a lot more to pull from the Giants than there is from the Eagles.
Some say 4 times.
So there is some non-Super Bowl questions for you, but we'll start. Whoever wins gets a Moxie Bets poster. I already have a Ryan draft day poster.
That would look awesome in the studio.
So it will. I just thought I would just share, the same that
I like it.
You have. Okay. So Ryan, we'll start with you. In the Giants' win over the Denver Broncos in Super Bowl 21, who scored the first touchdown of the game? Is it A, Mark Bavaro, B, Zeke Mowat, C, Phil McConkey, or D, Joe Morris?
Phil McConkey.
That is incorrect. It was Zeke.
The game theory of me with the multiple choice, I was like, I don't know who that is. I should just say that. But I don't want to be the guy who not even on the roster.
You got to guess.
No, I thought it was McConkey scored in that game. So
Okay, he just wasn't the first.
Wasn't for anytime touchdown.
All right,
not
you have a
first.
Well, and
chance
we're first
to
touchdown
get
specialists.
the lead for the Moxie Bets poster. All right, Nick Sirianni could become the second Eagles coach to win a Super Bowl. Doug Peterson won the first in 2018. But the team has had 2 other coaches to win NFL championships prior to the Super Bowl era. Who won the first one? Was it Greasy Neal, Jim Trimble, Buck Shaw, or Burt Bell? I'm good at these.
Nice job, Katie.
Because I know some of the guys on that 1960 team.
Sean's a Super Bowl
grandfather-
specialist, not an NFL
Yeah, you know.
championship.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to go Burt Bell.
That is incorrect. It was
Yes.
Buck Shaw.
Oh, Buck Shaw is my second
Buck
guess.
Shaw, yes. Although Greasy Neal led the franchise to the first 2 NFL championships way back in 1948 and 1949, a little bit before our
Great
time.
name, by the way. Greasy.
Okay, well, by the way, it's still a live game here.
Yeah.
guys.
Well, Greasy
It's
Neal,
still a
that's why
live
they
game.
started greasing the poles in his honor.
All right, Ryan. Which Giants defender tackled John Elway in the end zone for a second quarter safety in Super Bowl 21? Was it Leonard Marshall, Lawrence Taylor, Eric Dorsey, or George Martin?
Cool. It's not Taylor. It's Leonard Marshall.
It is George Martin.
Wow, Ryan.
It was
over
Leonard
2.
Marshall. I was down to 2. I lost the coin flip again.
God, I'm so sharp on these. I'm really okay.
You
Sean.
are sharp, Katie.
Yeah. All right, Sean. In Super Bowl 39 between the Eagles and Patriots, Terrell Owens famously played through a severely sprained ankle and a fractured tibia. Owens caught how many passes for 121 yards? Is it A, 8, B, 7, C, 9, or D, 10? How many passes for 121 yards?
8 for 124.
It's 9.
No!
You're
These guys
losing.
Call the it's a live
Well,
game.
you know,
So,
I-
by the
I-
way, the Moxie Bets poster is still anybody's game, so we're
You're
very
keeping it,
excited.
it
I
looks like.
blacked out during that Super Bowl, so that shouldn't count.
That
was
shouldn't
really
count. Okay, so we're with Ryan. We've got to get one, guys, okay? Super Bowl 42. What color hoodie did Bill Belichick wear during his most infamous Super Bowl loss to the Giants? Is it A, blue, B, gray, C, black, or D, red?
Giants wore white. He would have worn a dark color.
Would he have?
Red.
Yes! We got one. Let's go.
What?
Okay.
Now-
Pressure.
Now there's pressure to get on the
on.
board. Now there's pressure to get on the board. Okay. Sean, how many of the 53 players from the 2018 Super Bowl team are still on the Eagles roster? Is it A, 3, B, 8, C, 7, or D, 6?
7.
That is correct.
Yes.
Look at us go. Although
When in
there's-
doubt, go see.
yes, it's Fletcher Cox,
Yep.
Brandon Graham, Lane Johnson, Jason Kelsey, Isaac.
Sayamalu.
Yep, Jake Elliott, Rick Lovato, and there's also one person that's on injured reserve, but we're not counting
Yeah,
him.
that was a close. Because I didn't know if you were going to include him or not.
Yeah, I would have given
Wow.
it to you if you said 8.
I'm going to
because of that.
challenge that answer.
Well, Derek Barnett.
Oh,
would be
okay.
the,
He gets
the
the.
other guy.
We like Derek Barnett.
All right. Wow, now we got a live game, guys. Okay. All right, Ryan, who is the leading receiver for the Giants Super Bowl 42? Was it Steve Smith, Kevin Boss, or Amani Toomer? The leading receiver.
Man.
He led the team in both receptions and receiving yards with 6 catches for 84 yards.
It had to be Steve Smith then.
It is Amani Toomer.
Oh,
all
my
right.
goodness.
Amani
here we go.
Toomer. All right. Wow, God, this is so much pressure. Okay. What reason did former Eagles, okay, this is not a multiple choice, but this is just maybe
Oh,
something
wow.
you should know, or maybe not. I don't know. What reason did former Eagles head coach Buddy Ryan give for cutting future Hall of Fame wide receiver Chris Carter in 1989?
All he does is catch touchdowns.
All he does is catch touchdowns. That was kind of a layup for you. We'll get an easier one for you
Yeah.
coming up. Okay, Ryan, this one's kind of tough too. In Super Bowl 35, in what was otherwise a boring game, a 34-7 win by the Ravens over the Giants, 3 touchdowns were scored in 36 seconds. How were these touchdowns scored? Was it A, a pick six and back-to-back kickoff returns? B, a pass and back-to-back kickoff returns? C, a punt return, a kick return, and a pass? Or D, 3 kickoff returns? I will just go ahead and say it's not C or D. So let's just, because you had
Oh,
you had
wow.
a layup.
Wow.
Well, no,
Yeah.
what I was gonna say. So read A and B again, then, because it's the two
You've blown
the
Ryan's
two kick
brain.
returns happened back to back. The
Okay,
Giants had
yes.
a kick return.
Yes.
Then the Ravens had a kick return
Correct.
after.
Yes, so he already knew this.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
right. So
I
was
knew
it a
this.
pick six or a pass?
It was a pass.
It was a pick six.
Oh my god.
I knew that. Come on, Kramer.
All
I want
right.
to be able to steal some of these questions.
I was in college then. I was
Yeah,
different.
it was a
you
different
know.
time. Okay, this one is hard.
Okay.
Starting in the Eagles started up in 1933, but which year did the Eagles have their first winning season? Was it A, 1945, B, 1944, C, 1938, or D, 1950?
Can I just add, you should have thrown in like 1999
I
or maybe
could've.
2020. That would have been fun.
Well, in the 40s, I know they briefly combined with the Steelers because of World War II, and they played under the Steagles name. So I'm going to say
that was one of the questions that I was going to put up.
Yeah, well, I would say 1938.
That is incorrect. It
Damn
is
it.
1944. So what are we 2-1 right now?
Katie really pissed off by her question.
No, I got two because I got
Yeah,
two
you
to
got
one.
2
I
and
have
1. Yeah. So it's still anybody's
I'm
game.
losing, unfortunately. You're gonna get the poster. I really want that poster
All
on
right,
my side.
this is a tiebreaker. Whoever gets this actually wins the game.
Oh, okay.
love
I
it.
like,
Okay,
it's
all
like
the- all
it's
the
like
marbles.
Family Feud. The first 2 rounds don't matter. Let's
all-
go.
We're
Winner
now
take
we're
all.
now asking a 49ers question.
Oh.
And this might be one that both of you know. So the first person to kind of raise
Okay.
their hand with it gets
Okay.
it. In 1995, one of the greatest Super Bowls ever played by a quarterback, Steve Young, led both the Niners and the Chargers in rushing. He also set the still standing Super Bowl record for touchdown passes. How many did he throw?
6.
Correct. All right, Sean won.
Bang.
Sean
Yeah,
won.
I mean, should have raised my hand faster. We know that because the prop for this year, will anyone break the pass
6.5.
touchdown rate?
30 to 1.
No, I don't think so. I say no.
No. I mean,
Yes.
always that.
Jalen
No,
Hurts
he's
7
not.
passing
You don't
touchdowns.
believe that.
He doesn't believe that.
No,
Do
he's
you
going
bel-
to 7 on the ground.
I mean, I talked about Jalen Hurts fading him in the passing game. Do you think he gets over his passing yards, completions, or are you not really touching his passing props?
I mean, of the Jalen Hurts passing stuff, I would take yards out of anything because I do think there's a chance they get it with like a Jalen Hurts deep shot or, when he had 2 weeks of rest, he had a 40-yarder against Devonta Smith. So I think I like yards better than the completions, attempts, any of that stuff.
He needs 2 weeks to get rested up to throw a 40-yard pass.
Exactly.
You hear that?
Exactly.
Oh,
All right, there's some
we
Caesars.
destroyed you guys.
There's some Caesars specials
Ooh,
that I would like
love,
to get your.
I love Caesars.
Okay, what will be more?
Hail Caesar.
Hail Caesar. What will be more? The length of the longest play or total points in the game?
I'm with Sean. I think there has a chance of being a big play. So I would, and I like the under in
I
the
like
game.
the under
so
in the game.
I would,
Yeah.
the line itself, I would imagine you're going to get the longest play. You'll get plus odds on that.
Yeah.
So I would
Yeah,
say
I'm longest play.
Longest play is plus 130.
Yeah.
Yep. And then points in game is minus 160. So yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Longest.
Oh yeah.
Longest
Plus
play.
odds.
Okay. What will be more? Pascal. How do I pronounce his last name?
Zach Pascal.
No.
Oh, Pascal Siakam.
Oh, Pascal Siakam. What did
Yes.
I say?
What's up?
Okay, whatever. Pascal Siakam, more points on February 12th, or Patrick Mahomes' completions?
That is a good line. Shout out to the Caesar Sport for
They're
making
both
a really
minus
sharp
115.
line. I'm going Pascal Siakam.
You bringing in cross sport props over here.
Yeah.
Always take the football side of the cross sport prop.
Patrick Mahomes'
Let's go.
completions?
Yeah.
All
I mean,
right.
I think there's many versions of this game where they're throwing the ball.
Yeah,
and he's
Pascal
going over.
Siakam. I don't know why I couldn't
Well,
read
also with the NBA, you never know if the guys are going to decide to play or hey, it's a
There's
managed
that.
rest day.
There's that. Okay, so this one I messed up the other day, so I'm going to get it right here. The Brotherly Love Caesar special. Will Jason Kelsey have more snaps played or Travis Kelsey more receiving yards? So the line on this is Kelsey snaps plus 6.5 plus 130 or Kelsey receiving yards minus 6.5 minus 160.
Yeah, so this is, Kelsey's yardage prop, 78, probably projecting 70-something snaps for the Eagles. If both teams do decide to keep the clock going, that does seem high. I would probably say Kelsey yards. Even
I'm
just
going Kelsey snacks.
Of course.
Well, here's why. Because I
Okay.
do think they're going to go out of their way to control time of possession, run it down the throats of the Kansas City Chiefs. Of course, Chiefs allowing 6 yards per carry, highest in the for a team that made it to the Super Bowl in the playoffs. So I think they're going to try and run the ball, get a lot of first downs, bleed the clock, keep the Chiefs off the field.
Okay, what will be more? Sacks or made field goals?
oh, sacks. By a
Sacks are
mile.
minus 300
Yeah.
I'm
Field
going
goals
made
plus
field goals
230.
as a dog.
as a dog.
What's the
All right.
made field goals price?
2 plus 230.
Yeah, I like that. I like that because I think the Eagles pressure Mahomes a ton. I don't know. Like, I think Brandon Graham might get 1 or 2, Josh Sweat maybe 1 or 2, but I'm confident in the Eagles' offensive line. and I wouldn't be surprised. I like the plus odds on the field goals.
Okay, all right. Those are the Caesar specials. Now, what are your best bets for the game? Obviously, I know you guys have very degenerate bets.
Oh, yes. Yeah, it depends how deep you want to go. I'll say Eagles win 31-21. Favorite props are Jalen Hurts anytime touchdown. Again, even if you like the Chiefs, you got to love Jalen Hurts anytime touchdown. And then on the other side, Patrick Mahomes first completion under 9.5 yards. I think they're going to start the game off with something short, something quick. So, yeah, give me Mahomes under first completion.
Okay.
Big bets, Mahomes MVP, obviously.
Hey.
Big Chief. You get a bonus, right? It's like
Yep.
boosting your Chiefs money line up to plus 125, plus 130. Also, I've been giving this one out. I'll give you the big one, kind of the four pillars of betting. You have your stock bet. You have your Sky Moore, first guy to have 20 rushing yards in the game, 200 to 1.
Ooh.
Sorry, it's too big for some
I
of
love
you,
it.
but I would at least put a couple dollars on that. And the other angle I would definitely play is some exact scores. So 26-24 pays 170 to 1.
Woo! 170
win.
to 1. Chiefs win. Okay, I'm on Chiefs money line, so I love that. Obviously, for me, you guys know I like Hassan Reddick to have the first sack of the game.
Yeah, I love that one.
Yeah, that's at plus 700. I'm on Chiefs money line as well. I don't
Sorry to hear that.
Well, part of it is that I'm really still salty, and then part of it is that I think that
Wait, 49ers fans are salty? I haven't heard anything.
you haven't heard anything.
No, I
They've been
haven't.
Real quiet on Twitter. 49ers
Yeah,
players aren't salty either. They're really
Our boy
happy.
Robbie Gould, friend of our program, he's I
Yes.
mean, when the kicker's throwing shade, it's gone too far.
Well, but he's a scrappy kicker though. So if anyone's going to throw shade, I feel like
He is, but I would take Jalen Hurts, a guy who can deadlift 600 pounds, versus Robbie Gould. No offense,
didn't Robbie Gould go after like Aaron Donald once, or
He
was
did.
it? Yeah.
He did, but he probably knew they were going to break it up. So it's again, kickers. I like Robbie Gould, but you don't need to be chirping that much.
Well, you just got to kick over people though, like he was doing.
Let's just
in
hope
Green
the
Bay.
Chiefs win.
Let's just hope.
We don't
Can
need.
you
Yeah.
imagine how insufferable this one will be?
Oh yeah, I can imagine. I'm thinking about it already.
The last one, it was like a life-changing moment, so it almost wasn't as obnoxious.
Well, because
this
it
will
was
be
just like we
annoying.
got there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
So-
will be tough.
This will be special.
This one will be more. Well, okay,
It'll be special
more-
for all the. I mean, the entire season, people have been dogging Jalen Hurts.
Oh,
now
yeah.
they're the luckiest team, even though again we've won by considerable margins in both games, as you guys know.
Yeah.
So
yes,
the
we know. We know.
disrespect that's just piling up for the
Yeah.
Eagles, it's gonna make it that much sweeter when we win the Lombardi.
I will say I don't necessarily agree with that the season was a cakewalk for you guys, or you don't deserve, or you haven't been tested. It's hard to win any NFL game, and you did win by a lot. Now, maybe
Thank you.
your schedule was slightly easier, and maybe you faced a team that didn't have a quarterback. I don't know. Those are just a couple things. But I do think that you're a really good football team. I hope that it's a good game. Obviously, we're on the Chiefs here, but
obviously.
I will not be upset if you
That's
win.
That's all we're asking for.
And
That
what are you
was
guys
it.
doing for the game?
Oh, watching it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna do a live pregame show and then just get into it. Super Bowl party at the studio.
Are you going to be here still in? No,
No,
back
we're
home.
it's funny. The conversation you have with most people out here is like, "Yeah, you going to the game? Nope,
Nope.
heading back Saturday."
Yeah, exactly. Well, people go to the game haven't been here for an entire week working.
yeah,
So
yeah,
that's it.
exactly.
All right, Sean Green, Ryan Kramer, thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, thanks for
Y'all
having
are
us.
everywhere, so just let the people know where to find all of your many podcasts.
Yeah, just Sports Gambling Podcast, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, wherever
Yeah,
you listen to your pods.
Wherever you listen to your pods. All right, thanks, guys.
Building the perfect same-game parlay can be time-consuming, but with Quick Picks, the Caesar Sportsbook app does the work for you. Quick Picks are pre-built same-game parlays that turn today's biggest headlines, storylines, and games into bets. They're quick and easy to use, and you can't miss them. They're right on the home screen of your Caesar Sportsbook app. Give them a try, and if you haven't downloaded the app yet, register using code OMAHAFULL, and then place your first bet. If you win, congrats. If you don't, you'll get your stake up to $1,250 back as a bet credit.
All right, welcome back to Moxie Bets. We are now joined with my friend Angela Lauren, who is here with Event Post Live for the NFL. You're doing all of the behind-the-scenes stuff with the NFL experience. Tell us what's been going on.
Oh my goodness. So Event Host Live has been here for the past 8 years,
Oh, wow.
basically in charge of the fan experience and the player experience. So any fan that comes through those doors, any fan that flies into whatever city's hosting the Super Bowl itself, we're in charge of making sure they have fun, making sure we facilitate the interaction with the players, and just making sure they feel like it's the Super Bowl, because we're here for a good time. We're here to, it's like the most important week in an NFL fan's life. So
I would agree. And I feel like there's so many fans that don't ever have the opportunity to come to a Super Bowl. So like, what are fans experiencing here? And like, give me some BTS stuff, sister.
Okay. So they come in the door and then they are just hit with so many different experiences. You walk through the tunnel, you see the video, feel like you're going through an NFL tunnel, a team tunnel, and then you come in and you see so many different activations. So you can move to the right side and hit the combine, see if you can run the 40 and how fast you can go. And then we have somebody on the mic there kind of facilitating that, making sure that's fun. And I will say, players also that aren't in the Super Bowl come through with their family, and you get to see them work through the experience. Yesterday, maybe a couple days ago, we saw Ryan Fitzgerald come through, or Fitzpatrick, excuse me, Ryan Fitzpatrick, sorry, friend, with the Thursday Night Football. Love him on there. I love kind of what he does. He has such a great personality, and he's like that in person.
Oh, cute.
So when we see a fan and we see a player right next to them, they don't even realize, we kind of like call it out and see their vibe. Yeah. And he was so great. Like, he was able to really play with us and just have a good time. And then like fans come and they're like, oh my God, there he is. And they take pictures and stuff. So that's one side of it all. And then the other side is we have a thing called the autograph stage.
Okay.
And players come through. So players sit there for 2 hours and they give their time to sign autographs for fans.
Just players in the league or players who are actually in the Super Bowl this year?
Players in the league. Great question. Yeah, players in the league. We cannot touch the players in the Super Bowl.
Right.
Anytime media
They're
gets
busy.
there, is, like opening night.
Yeah.
But no, players in the league.
Yeah.
And you get some really big names, and you also get some guys that are coming up. I remember one year when like Devontae Adams wasn't like a big name.
Oh, wow.
And then you're like, everyone's coming to the stage and they're like, oh my God, thank you for my fantasy. Like, thank you for getting me all those points.
Yeah.
And like, you're able to get that autograph very firsthand. And we just kind of facilitate that for 2 years, chat with the player and then chat with the fans, and just like really, like I said, making that experience so much fun. So I'm trying to think if I got any like good BTS stuff for you.
Well, also, I mean, you've been doing this for how many years?
8 years.
8 years. So how does this Super Bowl experience stack up to other ones?
I said it day one. So we go Saturday, Sunday, and then we go dark, Radio Row is happening, and then the experience opens up again on Thursday. So Saturday and Sunday, we're like, oh, it's a relaxed day. It starts slow.
Right.
It's going to be nice. Arizona was not messing around.
Oh.
It was extremely busy.
Wow.
Thousands of people in this experience. It was so cool to start the Super Bowl off. It was like the number 2 busiest day one that they have ever seen for the experience. So Arizona's ready. They're ready to go.
I know. So Angela's also a 49ers fan, and so we had a rough go a couple weeks ago.
We did.
But you also were working the 2019 Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Is it more fun when it's your team?
Yes.
Or is it more stressful?
It's a little bit of both.
Yeah.
So it's more fun because you feel so invested with every fan that comes through, because you know that you're on the same team, literally. But then you have that like lingering in the back of your mind. You're so stressed because you're thinking of the game and you're thinking of what's going to happen. And will I be happy at the end of this journey?
Oh my God.
I know.
Yeah.
So, but there's a lot of 49er fans here in the crowd because they, just like us, thought it was going to happen. And so I kind of try not to chat with them. I try not to be like, oh, you thought we'd be here too.
Yeah.
But you see a lot of 49 fans representing, which is really fun because we do have a lot of Niner guys that are able to have interactions with these fans because they're not in the game.
Right.
So fans that did buy those tickets and did make that trip, they're still getting a little bit of that experience.
Okay. Well, sister, this is a gambling podcast.
Yes.
So I need to know.
Yes.
What are you making any bets on this game? And if you are, what are you leaning towards? Like, obviously, the Eagles are the favorite here.
Yes.
I'm on the Chiefs.
Okay. Oh, I love that.
So what are some bets that you like?
Okay. So I really do not want to bet for the Eagles.
Yeah, I don't either.
I don't want to. I do think Mahomes is going to surprise a lot of people. Hence yourself, you're really going to take that bet. I really think the Eagles are going to pull through, and it's going to make me really mad.
Okay.
Make me really mad.
All right. So you're on the Eagles.
Yeah.
Spread
I'm on
or money
Eagles
line?
Spread.
Okay.
And then I think that
It's
you're
just 1.5. It's like,
I know.
Yeah. Okay.
And then looking at the over-under,
okay,
I see a lot of people talking about they should take the over.
Yes.
I disagree.
I agree. Yeah.
I think under. I don't think we're going to have a lot of points in this game.
No. These are two really good defenses.
Absolutely. And check me if I'm wrong, but the stat of like you have Mahomes not throwing over 10 yards for like 1 out of 9 or 1 out of 9 throws is like over 10 yards.
Right.
Like, what are we doing? Like,
Yeah.
they're gonna run the clock. They're not gonna get in the end zone a lot of times.
Yeah.
But they're gonna get points on the board. It's not gonna be over 51.
Well, and the last 4 Super Bowls have actually gone under the point total as
Yeah.
well. And yeah,
Yeah.
I agree with you. I think it's going to be a ground and pound on the Eagles side.
Yeah.
And I think that Patrick Mahomes will still have a successful game, but
Agreed.
51 points is a lot.
But
It's a lot. And I think that people just root for points. So that's why everyone likes to bet the over in
Yeah.
that. Okay. So
I like to
anything
go
else that
against-
you're looking at?
okay, so some fun stuff that I saw. Oh,
Yeah. Any novelties?
Yeah.
Like Gatorade. We were talking about Gatorade, coin toss.
I think for me, I'm really invested in Rihanna.
Oh,
I think
yeah,
the
same.
Rihanna halftime show is really fun. I love all the different bets that are out there for who's going to perform with her.
Oh.
So I was thinking, okay, you're looking at, I kind of pulled them up. So
Okay.
you have Drake is at minus 125.
I hope so.
I know, right?
Well, they had a falling out, but
Oh.
but that was a while ago, and they are now friendly again. I
Okay.
think she went to his birthday party or something not too long ago.
And I love the little,
Yeah.
like,
Oh, I know.
Rihanna.
Oh, I know.
Well, he's in town.
Yeah.
He's performing. He's performing at the W.
Okay.
So he's here.
They have so many songs
They have
together.
5 songs together.
I would love that.
So
Okay.
they have 5 songs. And then another one, I think, is plus 175 for Eminem. They have 3 songs together.
that
Love
would
the
be
Way You
back to
Lie.
yep, that would be back to back Super Bowl performances for Eminem because
Ooh,
he
yes.
was on last year as well.
Yeah. So does he do back to back? Does he give it a beat? They have 3 songs together. There were big ones. Love the
Yeah.
Way You Lie, Monster.
Yeah.
So I really
Oh.
think those are fun.
Okay.
Because it keeps you like
Yeah.
invested in
The only
that.
time I ever bet on a Super Bowl halftime show was the weekend, and it was like, how many outfit changes will he have?
Oh,
And it was at like 3. It was like a low number, like 3.5. So I was like, oh my god, over all day long, like everybody changes it.
Yeah.
No, this man wore the same suit.
the
the
whole
entire
time.
thing.
I know he
Yeah.
like maybe changed his mask. Was
So
that
I'm kind of like salty on those.
Okay.
And I did win the Gatorade. By the way, I'm sure people watching this will be like, yeah, Katie, you told us you won the Gatorade bet last year. And so now I feel like I'm some kind of like Gatorade savant. And so I feel
Okay.
like the Gatorade color is going to be yellow this year
okay?
because the Chiefs won the AFC Championship game. It got dumped on them. It was yellow.
Yellow.
I think the Chiefs are winning this game. I can't believe you're on the Eagles side, but I
I'm not
respect
on the
it.
Eagles side. I'm on
But
my
I
money
respect
side.
it. Yeah. Okay. Fine. Fair. All right, Angela. Let people know where to find you, and if you happen to be at the NFL Experience, where are you going to
Yes.
be?
Okay, so if you're at the NFL Experience, congratulations. Fun time for you to come. I'm at the autograph stage where the players are. You can see them on stage, 2-hour increments. I'm there. You can find me at Angela Lauren 1 on Instagram, and then doing a lot of fun stuff for sports throughout the year. Baseball season, you're going to see a lot of me there, so that's
Yes.
exciting. But yeah, I'm so happy I was able to chat with you a little bit
Yes,
of bets
me
and
too.
like behind the scenes.
All right, our Niners aren't here, but at least we're here having a good time. Thanks so
That's
much,
true.
Angela.
Thank you.
Welcome back to Moxie Bets. We are joined by our friend Danny Brasco. Danny, you had a full day in the Caesars truck yesterday. How'd it go?
It
What's
was
going on?
awesome. Heck of a day. I mean, crazy athletes left and right. All these guys so nice too. Brian Westbrook, Darren Woodson, Christian Okoye, like signing,
Yeah.
meet and greeting. And of course, I was slanging out bets and angles all
Yeah.
day long. And hopefully I can cash in some of those on these Super Bowl picks for the people of Phoenix. So let's
Did
go.
a lot of people come by?
Yeah, it was buzzing. The truck was going on, all day. There's David Tyree today. Obviously, I'm a Giants fan,
Oh, I
so
love David.
I'm gonna see if he'll. And you worked with him.
Yeah, he's
So
great.
I'm gonna see if I can reenact the helmet catch with him.
Uh-huh,
I'm gonna
uh-huh.
drop your name, be like, I'm
Do
not a
it.
weirdo. I'm not a
it.
stalker. I know Katie. She's my
Yeah.
friend.
Yeah,
You want to do the helmet catch, bro?
yeah.
So I'm gonna try to do
What
that.
time is he stopping by?
I think he's there 3 to 4, but I'll confirm that with my people.
Okay.
And Jamal Charles is there. Chiefs fans unite. One
Wow.
of the best running backs in
Yeah.
their franchise's history. So cool.
All
So
right, so
cool.
let's talk about some of those bets that you've been giving the people
Let's go.
in the Caesars Sportsbook truck. I feel like we already talked about the game side in sense of we're both on the Chiefs, right? Okay, yeah, I was just making sure because I had a friend earlier that's on the Eagles, which was a little bit
Not
disappointing.
my friend.
Not your friend. What about this total? What are you thinking?
So people know I love me some unders. And in the most publicly bet game of the year, again, public loves overs. They love scoring. I'm going to go the opposite direction. The line has been moving towards the over, so maybe some smart money's on the over, but I don't care. In this game, in the one game in a vacuum that everyone's got eyes on, I want to handicap refereeing. And I've been doing so all playoffs very successfully. I'll name some great under referees
Okay.
that you might know of. Bill Vinovich, I've mentioned him on your show. We've
Yes.
cashed some unders on Billy. John Hussey, done that. But this one might be the best. Carl Cheffers, 11-1 to the under in playoff referee games when he's the crew.
Okay.
When he's the crew chief.
Yeah.
6-0 in the last 6 to the under. So he calls by far the most flags. Holding, bring that run back. Holding, bring that run back. And it's brutal for some people to
Yeah.
watch the game. Like, no, that's not
Yeah.
that fun, but It's fun when you're cashing unders on it. So I'm going to take the under 51. It's all the way up to 51.
I know. It's been trickling between 50, 51, 51 and a half. I'm leaning on the under in this game, too. Obviously, what you just told me about the ref kind of makes me feel better about that. But I just feel like people always want points in Super Bowls, but the last 4 Super Bowls have gone under the total. There's a lot of jitters that happen. I like a first half under as well, especially with a brand new team that hasn't been there before. I mean, I know that there's, I believe, 7 players coming back from the Eagles' last win, but still the Chiefs have been there quite a bit recently.
And to your point about jitters, I believe it's more than 5 consecutive Super Bowls in which the first 6 minutes have gone scoreless. So, maybe they come out,
first
like you said.
quarter under, maybe.
Perhaps.
Or scoreless first quarter.
Perhaps.
Okay, are you looking at any prop bets?
So, I mean, in terms of like crazy ones, I was going through the sheet,
Yeah,
like
whatever you
old
think.
school
Yeah.
style, and I was looking at the Caesars like wagering menu, they called it in the truck.
Yes.
Come check out the wagering menu.
Uh-huh.
No cocktails on there, unfortunately,
Uh-huh.
but
There's
they
also-
had something like like any quarter to be scoreless plus 350. Like they got crazy
Oh, so
stuff
take the
like
first
that.
quarter.
Perhaps, right?
Yeah.
But the Eagles are a great first half team. But in terms of prop bets, like we did the Chiefs to call first timeout when I was here
Yes.
on Monday. Now I'm going to look towards player props. And one that I just feel like Caesars had the opening line at 12.5 was so low is Isaiah Pacheco over receiving yards.
Okay.
And in the run game against the Bengals, they try to use him a lot. He's an explosive young back, but he's kind of just running into walls. And when they start opening up in the pass game,
Yeah.
he got ahead of steam, and then it was going. So I feel like
I love
against
Pacheco.
right, I mean he's
Yeah.
he's not
Stud.
he's like a dog, He's
Yeah.
easy to root for. And the Eagles led the league in sacks. When the pressure comes, you check down to running backs. Me and you have been cashing running back receiving yards props all year on your show.
Yes.
Let's keep it going. Isaiah Pacheco over 16.5 receiving yards. It went up a little bit.
Okay. Any exotics that you're looking at? I know we already talked about it, and you had one of them, but are you looking at a coin toss? Are you looking at Gatorade? Are you looking at who Rihanna will have on as a guest? We had Angela Lauren on here, and she was thinking that Drake, I think Drake's at plus 120, or Eminem plus 170. Now, he also was in last year's halftime show, so does he make back-to-back appearances?
Perhaps Love the Way You Lie would feel like a good play. Plus 170 on Slim Shady. I mean, I kind of like that.
I would be disappointed if Drake doesn't come out with her. They
Yeah.
have so many songs together. Now, they did have a falling out. They're not anymore, though. They're friendly again.
What about Rocky? ASAP Rocky and her had a baby together. I mean, maybe he comes out and they do, for the fam.
Oh,
So,
for the fans.
I don't. And Jay-Z, of course, we were talking about Run This Town. That's like
Yeah.
just sticking on my mind as maybe an opener.
Yeah.
How do I pick one of these great rappers? Who am I going to pick? Last year I cashed 50 Cent to appear. That was
Okay.
cool. And he popped out, upside down
Yep,
style. Go,
yep,
go, go, go,
Yep.
Danny. Cash 50. So
Oh.
hopefully we can do it again.
Yeah,
I'll
that's
do the whole
exactly
song.
how it went. He said, "Go, Danny, cash 50." Last
Like
year's
that, Kirsten?
performance was the best, I think.
Unbelievable. Like
I
we're
think
still
it's-
thinking about it.
We're still thinking about it, and Rihanna's going to be phenomenal. But there was something different about last year's show, and I just think it was because it was such an ensemble. It had never had a rap halftime show before. Do you think Rihanna can top it?
Top it, I don't know. I'm also a huge hip hop dude, obviously. So
Yeah.
like Dre doing his thing, like Kendrick out. I mean, those are some of my favorite artists ever. So,
Yeah.
but I do love Rihanna. It's going to be electric. I know that. I don't know if anything could top last year's. That might be the greatest halftime show of all time. So she'll just have to do her best. But Riri,
Do her
Riri
best.
Riri
It's
never
By the way,
disappoints. Yeah.
Stephen A. Smith went on an apology tour
That was
for saying that
ridiculous.
she wasn't as good as Beyonce. So we'll see if they come after you about.
No, please don't.
Yeah,
I
Riri's
don't want
fans.
Rihanna
I
on
don't
my
know.
bad
I
side.
don't know what they're exactly called. All right, Danny, you're in the truck again today. Anything that we can look forward to? Oh, David Tyree is coming.
Me and Tyree reenacting the helmet catch if he obliges, of course.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm giving out bets all day long. I'm focused on UFC 284 as well.
Okay.
There are a lot of fight fans around here. College basketball going on, some important games, and
Yeah.
of course I got
Oh,
Super
God,
Bowl
there's
angles
more
for
things
days.
happening than the Super Bowl.
Let's go.
Who
I
would've
got
thought?
got
Yeah.
more. There's bankrolls upon bankrolls being wagered, and
Yeah.
if anyone wants to ride with me, I'm ready.
Okay, Danny Brasco, thank you so much for joining
Thanks,
us.
Katie.
This has been Moxie Bets presented by Caesar Sportsbook. Thank you so much for rocking with us here at Radio Row at the Caesar Sportsbook booth. We had a blast, and we'll see you next week. Good luck on your Super Bowl bets.